Power of Scotland by Rogeli Paulo. Beautiful performance from the Chant Production Choir, who will now perform God Defend New Zealand.
Rogeli Paulo and Chant Productions.
I can tell you the boys in the commentary box, Brian Noble and Andrew Henderson, are ready to play after those two anthems. They'll be even more ready to play after what's coming next. It's the haka in increasingly heavy rain in Workington, and Scotland will just line up and take it all in. Pretty miserable evening, but this is one of those sporting moments you just sit there, soak up and enjoy.
And just a point on the weather, George, I think this really helps the Scots if they can manage to get the wind on the kick-off and use this rain to their advantage. It'll be a tough night for New Zealand.
No finer sight in world sport. The Kiwis are in town, but Scotland are ready.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting
The decisive break. Clark back to Hodgson. Williams steps, puts the kick in, and it's going to be a 30th try on the night of his 30th English appearance.
Anderson, cross ice, thrown in front for Calvert. Anderson, his first 2-goal game, and the fans have what they want. Their 10th of the night.
Join BT Mobile today, and you'll get the combined power of fast 4G and Wi-Fi in more places than any other mobile provider. If you've got BT broadband at home, it starts from just £5 a month and comes with 500 megabytes of data. That's a great value 4G plan. Or get our perfect all-rounder with 2 gigabytes of data for £10 a month. And for £20 a month, you can enjoy a huge 15 gigabytes of data. Anyone can get BT Mobile, and with 3 SIM-only plans, you'll find one that's right for you. Visit bt.com/mobile or call 0800 456 1122.
Surf with fragrance release. Surf with fragrance release. For burst after burst of uplifting fragrance. Always keep away from...
So Scotland will get us underway in the drizzle of Derwent Park. And there'll be a pause already because the ball's been blown off the kicking tee. These conditions will be much, much more at home for Scotland than New Zealand as the ball falls off the kicking tee for a second time tonight. New Zealand at the moment just trying to keep warm out there. Here we go, third time lucky. Lachlan Coote swings the left boot. And we are underway in Workington. Scotland's third game at the Four Nations. New Zealand needing to win and perhaps even win well to make the Four Nations final. Brian Noble.
Well, I take on Hendell's point. Scotland really have to start well, a disciplined manner. The Kiwis have the wind here in this first half, as for our viewers, and they'll be looking to kick early and establish some pressure themselves by forcing errors and trying to find some decent field.
Up to halfway on the first set are New Zealand. They're going to kick on the fourth. Little dab over the top. Lachlan Coote reads it well, takes it on the first bounce and will drive up towards 20, but what about that chase from New Zealand? We've been down on the pitch, Andrew Henderson, a little bit uneven, a little bit slippy. Both teams didn't train here because of concerns over the surface last night.
Yeah, and I think, you know, obviously a lot of the Scottish boys will know this pitch. They've played on it before, obviously certainly in the World Cup as well. For the New Zealanders, it'll be a totally different territory for them. You know, they're used to a better quality of surface. So again, they could find their footing a little bit slippery, a little bit tricky this evening. So certainly all the conditions playing into the hands of Scotland at the moment.
First bit of concern over the handling, but it comes to nothing for Ben Kavanagh, try scorer in the opening round of fixtures. And Danny Brough with the left boot puts the first kick in. And look at the wind right in his face, and a little slip as well from Martin Zalesniak. These conditions are very, very tricky, Brian.
Good chase though, because they're going to have to do that, Scotland. The reality for them is that they're into a howling gale, and it's going to have to be a decent kicking game from Brough and Addy if he plays his part. So Kiwis have the advantages in this first half with the elements, probably with some of the prowess of their team, but Scotland won't be intimidated at all.
Well, the charging into the challenges early, Scotland, they started really well against England. One criticism of this Kiwi side in this tournament is that they haven't started well. That's something they're very keen to rectify tonight as Johnson gets us back underway, and they're over halfway now for the first time, New Zealand. Last tackle. They'll come to this right-hand side and find Johnson again. He's going to drill a low one into the corner this time.
Well, that helps Scotland, I feel. Go to a sideline, I think. It's in the Kiwis' best interest to throw this ball up and compete for the ball because it's going to swirl around. I have to say I've been particularly impressed with Lachlan Coote for the Scots in this tournament. I think he's been outstanding, and he adds that measure of surety. Endo?
Yeah, I agree. I think with Lachlan, you know, the thing about him is obviously got the experience of being in the NRL. He knows he's played against a lot of these players that he's coming up against. But like you said, he's got that experience. It gives the players around him confidence, you know, and again he puts himself in some really good field position in terms of defensively and offensively. So yeah, he's certainly definitely a talented player for the Scots.
Kane Lynette, Matty Russell and Danny Brough, the captain, three key players for Scotland who haven't trained, I'm told, all week. How fit they are. Well, it's one of those, I suppose, if it's your last game of the season, you put your hand up, don't you? You want to play.
Oh, absolutely, you don't. This is a huge occasion for all these players, certainly the Scottish players. You know, you're playing against the best players in the world. You're not going to deny that opportunity. You know, and a lot of rugby league players throughout the season anyway don't play at 100%. As we see, Danny Brough now takes the line on, makes a half break, George.
Well, whether he's fit or not, he fancies it. That was a little break and a little slip as well. The offload, and they go again. Brough wearing 18 tonight, by the way. He did come out in 6 and then decided 18 was a better fit. Now then, Tierney, what are the toes like on the far side? He's tapped and grounded. This is a great start from Scotland. Last tackle. They'll come back to Brough. What's he going to do with that wonderful left boot? It's a little drill. It's going to bounce, bounce, bounce and go dead, but Scotland won't mind that. This is good stuff.
Super set. Offload break from Brough. He actually tackled Tierney when he got hold of the ball. Russell shot out of there. They found some expansion. 2 and 3 plays. All of a sudden, Tierney's flying down the sideline. Bit of a disappointing finish to the set, though.
Yeah, it was, but what about the Gene Miles offload there from Benny Haywell, the old basketball offload over the top, sensational. But yeah, promising and encouraging signs for Scotland early on, boys.
Well, the points game, when we talk about Sunday and the intrigue about this fixture as regards who's going to make the final, New Zealand obviously have to win. They may well have to win well if England beat Australia on Sunday. They won't be worrying about that just yet because Scotland have started with a flourish. Johnson, now then, a bit of room down this near side. Scotland are there in numbers. It was the debutant Fusi Tua whose eyes lit up. Last tackle. That's a bit of a dodgy one. Don't think they wanted it in the prop forward's hands. Johnson's got it back though, but Scotland's scrambling defence is there. Johnson spies a gap, but Tierney's there, and Scotland defuse the danger.
Well scrambled in the end, but what a tackle from Lachlan Coote, because he'd cooked his wing. He had the young Kiwi outside back, and try time and save time. Here we see it, and it comes. Great tackle, assisted by Russell, who got back there to help.
Up near, bring it back.
Well, excited there, did David Fusi Tua. Oh, that was a debut try down this near side. Scotland thought otherwise.
Hold!
Encouraging start from Steve McCormack's team, I beg your pardon, as they come up towards 40.
Make it, Thomas. Go.
Nice play for that. Smart play, Liam Hood. Very clever play. And these are the things in these sort of games that the Scots are going to need. They're going to need that little element of luck. And again, I mean, he's dead set played for that. But
you called that, Andrew Henderson, like a hooker who has played for similar things in your career.
Like I said, clever play from Liam Hood. He's earned his team some meters.
People call it cheating.
You'd have never done that, would you, Brian?
Only twice a game.
There's always an exception to the rule, boys. There's always an exception to the rule.
Okay, off it quickly, Adam.
New Zealand 0, Scotland 0.
Wait for it.
Scotland opted to tap that penalty. Is that because of the wind and it was in the centre?
That's the element. It's just such a howling gale out there, and the wind as well. It's better to keep the ball in.
Brough showed it inside, dished it left to Ferguson. Encouraging again from Scotland. The white shirts are within 30 down this left-hand side. Tackle complete. And Kavanagh attacks down the middle.
Move, Jesse.
Great start from Scotland.
Right for 4.
Couple to go. Are they going to run through Hodds? Oh, that's messy.
6 to go.
Brough will pick it up. What an opportunity. Walker.
As he waved it 6 again.
He hasn't.
Last tackle, he didn't wave it clean. So Hood waits, looks for his captain, Brough now. They're going to run it at Scotland. Not sure that was the option. Addy will tap it back. There's still an opportunity. Can they tap it through for Tierney on the right? They can't. But that's the kind of area of the pitch you want to give up the ball in.
And that's probably, yes it is, George, but the thing for me is those 2 last plays, the outcomes to those end of sets haven't been good enough. One goes dead for it, and it was ever so slightly went dead for Danny Brough's kick into the in goal on the first occasion. On that occasion there, the power play, running play, I'm not sure that was the right option. Probably would have been better to dink it through the line, because the Kiwi line was up there with space to go into, so could have got themselves a repeat set and put New Zealand under further pressure.
And it gives the Kiwis a little bit further down the field, which you don't need to give them in an occasion like this. But I absolutely agree with you, Hendo. Just finish the sets for Scotland could be a little bit better. There's a chance.
Here we go then. New Zealand with a bit of room for the first time down the left-hand side. Scotland scrambling, but gaps opening. Last tackle.
Back foot here. Go.
Will Scotland hold firm? Looking for Johnson. Thinks about a step, puts a grubber kick through. Well, that'll do for Scotland.
Well cleaned up again from Lachlan Coote.
You just got to take your hat off to Lachlan Coote. I mean, I've sung his praises already, but his positioning there was superb, because Johnson had the hole in goal and some to aim at, and he swallowed it up, didn't he?
Well, it was a great offload from Mahu as well on that far left side there to put the Kiwis away. But again, great scramble for Scotland. And Matty Russell, you see, getting out of dummy half. That's his game. A very good dummy half runner. Got a lot of fight in his play the ball there, and he earns the Scottish team a penalty. And so far, you have to say, it is encouraging signs for the Scots, who are, let's be honest, are going into a very, very strong breeze. You know, you expect New Zealand to be probably, you know, having better line speed, better contact, you know, winning a lot more stuff with that win behind their backs. But Scotland so far, for me, are probably enjoying the better of the game so far.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. I think Kiwis have looked dangerous when they've run the ball and found some ruck speed, and if Scotland can tidy up, as you say, at the end of their sets, Hendo, I think they're in pole position at this moment in time.
Liam Hood, who's been buzzing around over this first 10 minutes, finds Danny Brough, who can't get enough of the ball, to Danny Addy. They're playing it with real confidence, Scotland, at the moment. Look where they are already, knocking on the Kiwis' door. Brough running at the line himself.
Good feet, Ben Kavanagh there.
Yes, nice little step. Hood, will he go on his own? Down to a little kick through. It's come back for Addy, who puts another one in. Last tackle still with Scotland. Inches short. Danny Brough. He's going to run it again. He's come behind all of them. Well, Matty Russell's going to get it, but he's got absolutely nowhere to go. He's going to have to kick for himself. Not played out. That'll be the turnover.
Was he offside?
Yeah, he was
offside.
There we are.
A little bit fortuitous, but we said this at the start. You know, they're going to need an element of luck. They're going to need New Zealand to be a bit off at times, you know, to earn that field position. And again, it was a frantic last play option again for Scotland. You know, obviously Bruffy looking for the running play. I think he saw the space, but the kick chase team had already sort of got itself level, ready for the kick through. And obviously the play didn't come off. And here we go, big Adam Walker, who's been impressive in this tournament, carrying back to the middle of the field.
Well, could have gone for two again, but no. Why not? Run it in these conditions. Wobbly start from New Zealand. Let's see what the Kiwis have. Scotland, well, straighten up. There was no offload available for Luke Douglas. Hood this time to Kavanagh, who's had a bright start for Scotland.
Right here, hold here.
New Zealand has spent a lot of time on that line already. They would not have expected that. Hood looking to go on his own again. It's a loose one, though. It looked like he'd done the hard work.
Is it 6 again?
It's another six.
Again.
So Matty Russell will have a little run back and set Scotland up again.
Zero there. Zero.
It's all Scotland pressure. Little juggle from Addy. It might work for him. Look at the step. Just hold short. Quick play of the ball. And it's another penalty.
As well.
Well, at what point does he start warning New Zealand?
There's a while to go yet. He won't get fed up yet, George. Another couple of minutes he might get fed up.
But some great play from Scotland. You know, I think when they've come into this good ball area, I've seen some really good attacking shape, some good decisions, some good lines of run. You know, and I think Liam Hood keeps probing around that dummy half there. He's creating that New Zealand defence to stop and wait, and he's bringing people onto the ball. You know, some really exciting play here from Scotland.
And they've had a couple of results as well, haven't they, with the knockdown, so back to 6, with the penalty, with back to 6.
Yep.
I'd really like to see him try and tidy up that last play.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's right in front of the post. It's an absolute gift of a two if they want it. Do you tap? Do you keep going?
No, you
keep going.
Yeah.
The more you keep the ball away, New Zealand away from the ball, the easier the game will be for Scotland.
Well, it looks as though that's where we're going to go. We have a stoppage because Danny Addy is a bit groggy after that collision. I think he knows where he is. I think he realises it's a Friday night in Workington.
Yeah, I think the referees told him to go get his mouth wiped. He's got blood around. He got the slapper on the chops from Harris, I think it was.
It was just a little slap, wasn't it, between friends?
Well, he's bleeding, and so the referee said, go clean your mouth up, mate. He's fine. He wants to carry on.
Well, off he goes. We'll be seeing him again very soon. Done well, actually, since stepping into the halves. Obviously, stepped in for Ryan Briley in the previous game.
Yeah. And
Briley only back on the bench for this fixture.
But to be fair to Danny Addy, he's played a lot of this season at half-back for Bradford this year in the Championship, so he's accustomed to the role. I think his best position's either at 13. The great thing about Danny Addy, he's got that versatility. He can play 13, back row, hooker, halves. You know, he's a great player, a great squad player to have in your team.
So yet more pressure for New Zealand to soak up on their own line. Addy's off. So Hood waits from dummy half. Gives it to the big forward Walker again, and Kavanagh, who's seeing a lot of ball.
Been impressive, Kavanagh, early doors as well. Showed some good late feet at the line. Got his nose through a couple of times.
Certainly put his hand up, hasn't he?
And it's taking 3 or 4 black jerseys each time to halt him in his tracks as Brough keeps the ball going. That's loose. That's messy. And that's an error. And that's the first real handling error from Scotland in the first, 12 minutes.
I was just watching the Kiwi defensive
Had
line.
a kick then. The kick play was on. If Danny Brough rolls that through, they're on the back foot, the Kiwis, but didn't quite handle it.
That's exactly. I was just, you just took the words out of my mouth there, Brian. So, yeah, I could just see that edge defence of the Kiwis, the winger and the centres are getting up on the line really hard, really early. I think there's an opportunity to exploit a little kick in behind there for Scotland, but unfortunately there they tried the pass, played the long ball. In these conditions, again, the long pass is always going to be tough with the wind carrying it, and obviously Tierney just couldn't judge a catch well enough, and unfortunately for Scotland, they failed to put New Zealand under further pressure. The Kiwis will be very, very thankful for that.
Worth reminding ourselves, after the stalemate so far of where we stand in this group, Australia on 4 points, England 2, New Zealand 2, but it's the points difference all key. Australia plus 48, England plus 25, New Zealand minus 5. So New Zealand have to win, of course. If it's less than 30 though, England will reach the final with any victory over Australia and therefore knock New Zealand out. We won't be thinking about racking up the points yet because it's been all Scotland so far, but this is better for the Kiwis.
Good decision, Russell, great decision. Great closing play there from Matt Russell off his wing.
Had to be. Will there be a gap though? Johnson taps it down. Russell's wing, good thinking, but there was cover from Coote. Well, was he out? Is that a penalty or is he getting dragged back for a dropout?
Great defence there from the young wingman. Fusitu'a.
Well, Russell was out of position. Johnson realised that, dabbed the ball to where he should have been. Coote was exposed and dragged back over his own line.
Absolutely, and I want to highlight the quality of play here from New Zealand. They have just been under the pump. They've absorbed a hell of a lot of pressure on their own goal line, and then they've just gone from literally 10 metres off their line. They've gone pretty much the length of the field. Fantastic kick into the corner from Shaun Johnson, who I think in this competition is really starting to show his maturity as a halfback and his game management. And a great word there for Fusitu'a, because for him to just pick up Coote and put him over the line like that, WWF style, was outstanding. Earned his team an opportunity now to post points for the Kiwis.
So the first full set of 6 for New Zealand in an area of the pitch where they can do real damage. Luke fires a quick pass. Scotland's defence watertight thus far. What can they set up as they go through? Adam Blair and then on again, and Johnson behind the line. Little spin from Harris.
Hold here. Hold Scotland. Go, 4.
That's another loose one. Not clicking so far.
A little bit disjointed, aren't they, George? And a loose offload.
It's an offload, but it might work for them. That's a knock-on, is it not?
Surely.
It's come to ground.
Touch there first.
What's he given?
He's going to say
Scotland knock on there, I think.
Yeah, he's going to call Scotland.
We've got a scrum feed out here, New Zealand ball.
Yeah, they're going to say that Scotland hand was involved when Blair was trying to offload there. The Scotland hand was involved, knocked it down, which made it 6 to go.
He's a warrior player, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's been
quicker.
great, and he was great against England as well in that first match. But another player that's impressed me is Jesse Bromwich. He's been outstanding in this tournament so far. He's a really, for me, he's one of the
top 3 props.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's fantastic.
And he's done that for a number of years now. Just for our watches, he is genuinely a world-class
Head in,
footballer.
arms bound. Head in, Lachlan. Head in. Okay, put in, mate.
New Zealand have had to soak up a lot of early Scotland pressure, which they may not have expected. Now is their chance to strike as they attack the line with a full set right in front of the post.
Marcus, hold here. Hold. Go.
Luke keeps it alive. They run it down the middle once more. Single-handed offload.
Here's a chance.
Oh, it's a great step as well. It's Ferguson with a desperate bit of defending.
Has he stopped him?
He has stopped him. What a tackle from Dale Ferguson on the inside there. Phenomenal.
Go.
Millimetres short, but the danger still real as Johnson just pops it up once more.
Adam, release.
A couple to go.
Hold here. Hold.
As New Zealand press. Quick play from Luke once again. They're going for the power play near side.
Braveheart stand firm.
Go.
Now then Luluai, flick pass from Johnson. That's almost what they needed, but it was too much in the end, and Scotland survived.
Yeah, they created the opportunity, they created space here on the outside, did New Zealand. It was some really slick hands here. Luluwai, as you can see, ball goes out the back to Carter. It was a tunnel ball to Carter to create the 2v1. I mean, obviously, Turney had to come in and try and kill the play, and he just done enough, I think, to rush Carter's pass, and obviously Carter's execution of skill just wasn't good enough.
How about that, though?
Oh, this is phenomenal.
Tackle
from Dale Ferguson.
What about the wrestling tight there? Brilliant stuff there from Dale Ferguson. Beale looked like he was in for all money there. It was a great right foot step. He done the cover defence sliding over. But Ferguson working hard from the inside, cleans it up there for Scotland.
Well, they've answered another question there, Scotland, Hendo, because they've just defended their line for 3 sets on the bounce. It was the same against England. Everybody questioned, will they handle the bigger teams? Well, they've shown there that their desire and their shape in defence and their decision making with people like this guy, Matty Russell, have been first class.
Well, the two wingers in together there. It's Russell driving it into the pack and giving it to Tierney to have a go. Very, very lively from Scotland.
Oh, good shot. Great shot there, Thomas Luluwai. Little man on big man, and again he gets stuck in a big Alan Walker this time. Great offload from Walker.
Hood grounded on halfway. What a shot that was. McGantry shake it. Scotland go down the middle. One end of the pitch from the other here. Last tackle. They'll look for Danny Brough. He's on the left this time. Or they're going to run it. It's a little ricochet. That'll be play on. Does Ferguson realise? He does, and he's grounded. What an opportunity for Scotland.
Get up. You're milking.
Approaching the midway point of the first half. And Scotland push once again.
Mark it straight, Greg. Hold your toe. Hold. Go.
Walker's drive. Hood's play.
Good shot there, Isaac Luke. Great shot on Luke Douglas.
The little boys have been on the protein shakes, haven't they, today? Brough dishes it up to Kane Lynette. Little offload, standing around, playing you have it, I'll have it. Brough eventually takes control, time to kick through,
nice
and
play.
Scotland will get the drop out.
That's the kind of finish you want to see from Danny Brough. He's had a look, he's had some people on the fly. I think it was Aitken. Ewan Aitken was on the fly there, and he picks him out, and Lachlan Coote was sniffing around. I tell you, wherever you see Danny Brough, you see Lachlan Coote hombling around and finding out what he's doing.
Playing off the back of that. I'll tell you what though, if I was David Kidwell, I wouldn't be too happy with the New Zealand line speed and stopping the offload. I think Scotland so far in this game, they're making easy meters, and let's not forget they're going into a very, very heavy wind. They're making easy meters, they're getting offloads, they're actually winning some of the rucks as well. Don't get me wrong, New Zealand's goal line defence has been excellent so far, but I think they can pick up their line speed and intent when Scotland to come off their own line. But full credit to Scotland as we see big Adam Walker now on the charge, looking to take them on.
Well, you saw how the wind helped that dropout, didn't you?
He's a smart player, Walker. He could have gone right in there. All the crowd saying, go into the teeth of those big Kiwis, go into the teeth that Adam saw. Nah, I might be big, but I'm going that way.
I think there's 3 people in this country box who'd have done exactly the same there, Brian.
Well, my face is like it is because I wouldn't have.
Kavanagh takes the drive again. Another very quick play of the ball from Scotland, and Hoods scampering on his own again. Did he drop that?
Play on.
That's play on.
Oh, that's play on.
I think he might have hit the ground before he put boot to ball there. And that's what the referees adjudged here. Did it make contact with the ground before he kicked it?
He's kicked that. That's play on for me, but...
No, you might be right.
You're right,
might be right, Mr. Cummins.
Yeah.
You're only 3 metres away and we're 100 metres away.
Yeah.
2 metres.
That was the right call. But again, why? Play 2, they're in good field position, they've earned the right to be there, and it's that decision making, that composure in this final third. They said just that quality of finish of sets. It was a poor decision in the end from Liam Wood. We were hoping it was going to fall back into the hands of Scotland, but unfortunately not. And the Kiwis now coming out as the rain is teeming down here at Derwent Park in Workington.
Well, I spoke during the week with the Scotland head coach Steve McCormack on a rugby league radio show and asked him if this experience in the formation, the ball's come free by the way, and that's been lost.
Good shot.
And the high fives for big Dale Ferguson. Scotland turn it over again. I asked McCormack whether he felt the experience here of the formation for the first time made him feel like his side belongs, and he said yeah.
Of course
we belong at this
I'm
level.
with him. Somebody,
belong.
if you give a nation the chance to come in there, you're developing that nation. And I'm a big believer in you have to play the best to understand the standards that you have to get to. So play New Zealand, play Australia, play England. I tell you what, they've aimed up in this tournament. Have a look at the scoreline at the moment.
Well, there's nothing on the scoreboard at the moment, which is brilliant for Scotland. Not bad news for England either, albeit they know they have to beat Australia anyway, so they have to worry about that first and foremost. The rain is increasing both in its velocity and horizontal trajectory. You didn't leave your car windows down, did you, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, Manu, leave him.
Maybe we'll send Nando down to deal with that.
Jeez, turn it up, George. Get on with the game. Get on with the game. Luke Douglas on the charge. Let's go.
I don't need to.
He's
Your
been good,
commentator.
hasn't he, Luke Douglas?
Here we go. Johnny Brough with the ball in his hand.
Oh, good
Lachlan
play.
Coote joining the line. Two Dangermen combining for Scotland. Look where they are again. They fancy this. Kavanagh to Brough. Flat ball. They're knocking on the door, Steve McCormack, Scotland. Last tackle.
Hold him, Manu. Hold.
Brough hangs back. He'll get it off Kavanagh. Will he fire a pass?
He's through. Addy. And he dropped it.
He was through with Ferguson there, wasn't he?
Oh, it's Ferguson, Addy.
He's getting a bit pushy and chubby there, but yeah, he was through the hole. He ran a great line to Ferguson. It was a great inventive last play option there. Little turn-up play from Kavanagh to Brough as he ran around. And then he had three options, a short, a long and an even longer ball, which was Ferguson running into space. And if he could have took that, he was over.
Release, Luke.
Great decency there.
Just catch it.
Oh.
Catch it, Dale. Catch it.
Put the ball
You're a
across
hero.
the face of two players, and Ferguson could have been over and got the opening points of this game.
The one thing the Kiwis are doing when they do get the ball, and we've only seen them predominantly in this part of the field, is make easy meters.
Yeah.
So Scotland, I mean, the wind might be at their backs, and Scotland will have that facility in the second half. So it's really important that they hang in.
Johnson for New Zealand. The gaps open up now. Surely this will be the first goal of the game, and it will. And it'll be a debut score for David Fusitua. And New Zealand, you have to say, have struck against the run of play. David Fusitua off the break, and Scotland are behind.
Well, it's Fusitua is the benefit of a great break, half break from Sean Johnson. Harris on hand to continue the play. He goes right to the teeth and releases Harris through a hole, who keeps his legs pumping, finds Fusitua. He won't miss from there. That's an easy finish for the young debutant.
Yeah, it was a good decision there from Sean Johnson. Rather than going out the back, he hits the short ball. He sees that Danny Brough leaves the scene and pushes out for the man out the back. And obviously Harris runs a good little outline, skips a late little outline there to get on the outside of Kane Lynette there. You see Johnson gets across the length to engage him. Brough just skips out there. Johnson sees it, so rather than put the ball out the back, he hits Harris on the short ball, who goes through, and it's great support there on the outside from the young wingman who gets his debut try in this Four Nations. And New Zealand just post the first points of this game. But like you said, I think for large parts of this first half, it's been a very even contest. Probably Scotland just edging, obviously, the field position and just not having the right quality at that end of the field. But overall, it's been a good contest so far, gents.
Really good contest, and if I'm picking any bones out of the Scottish performance, which I'm not, by the way, it's just those finish and that final little bit of execution at that end of the field to building in pressure. We see the pressure valve let off there. Kiwis storm down the field, and there's such talent in the team that they'll exploit any weakness in your defensive line.
Well, how quickly things can change if Ferguson takes that pass. Scotland take the lead against New Zealand. And here we are with a kick for 6-0. I think we might see a lot of that tonight.
Time's off anyway.
It's just what we coaches call a 12-point turnaround, that one, isn't it? You drop the ball at one end and then it posts you at the other one, and you think, oh wow, if only.
Well, you saw that in the Super League Grand Final, didn't you, when Ryan Atkins dropped that ball, and suddenly Wigan go down the other end, and that completely changed the game at Old Trafford. This then for 6-0, New Zealand. In the rain of Workington against the run of play, but New Zealand are up and running. Scotland have been terrific over the first quarter of this match. One missed tackle, so costly against the best teams in the world.
Successful conversion for New Zealand. Scotland.
And it's Scotland who are going to have to come from behind. And it's the response at any level, Andrew Henderson. It's not what happens, it's how you respond.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's important now because we've seen this on a couple of occasions in Scotland when they've gone to score behind. they failed to deal with the next set, or they've given a penalty away and they've gifted an opportunity again for the opposition to put them under further pressure. So this set is so important now that they get a good kick, a good chase. They force New Zealand to get to a kick on the end of set, or force an error even in these conditions, and get themselves back into the game. But so far it's been an encouraging start for Scotland. Plenty of positives for them.
My word, this is the side that they'll be disappointed, this exit strategy from the Kiwis. So coming out of their own half, they're not quite handling. They need to buy a little bit more time in the tackle for me.
Interchange, by the way, for Scotland. Ben Kavanagh, who's had a terrific stint, is off. Now then,
loose offload.
The ball's turned over. Scotland have it back. We talked about responses.
Here. Go one.
They have the platform to do just that.
You see, Kidwell will be spicking chips there. They've just gone ahead, and the first thing he would have wanted was a nice, steady set, get him down the end of the field and put Scotland under some more pressure. But well done, Scotland. They're forcing the Kiwis into this style of play, and they're getting the benefits from the loose chip-ins.
And that was the undoing of Scotland a couple of weeks ago against Australia. When one try went in, it unravelled. It was kick-off try, kick-off try, kick-off try, suddenly game gone. The ball's bobbling around and it's in the hands of Lachlan Coote. Down to left foot, and can Tierney get there? Yes, he can! Yes, he can! Tierney scores! And Scotland hit right back.
Try time for the Scots. Oh, hang on a second. Referee's going up top to have a look at it.
I have a try. Check for ground.
It's awarded the try, so I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this. I think it was a great offload from Walker. Brough collects, and then he threads the ball through. Sees again, as we spoke about, that left edge of the Kiwis up in the line early. Opportunity to exploit behind there.
Let's hear from the video referee.
As it's from a kick through, I need the onside, offside first, please. And we just pause it on the kick. And at that point, they're all onside. So I'm happy with the onside, so we can move it through to when he picks the ball up. Make sure it's clean, and then obviously make sure that his feet are in the field of play. So at this point, we can slow it down, please. Really slow this down. Okay? His feet are in the field of play, and still in the field of play. The ball is in his hand. And there it looks like the ball is correctly. We have another angle on the ball, please. Maybe one from the other end, we can see the back, and maybe his feet. Slow it right down. Slow it down. I need that slow. The angle from behind is the one I want. That's that angle there. To my left. You can slow this right down, please. And slow it down. Okay, right. From there, you can clearly see if feet are in the field of play. They remain in the field of play, and it has possession of the ball, and the ball is grounded. That is a try.
All right, come on.
Doubt at all in the end. What a brilliant score.
Unbelievable. Coach Hendo saw the space behind him. His assistant coach Noble says kick the ball, and Lachlan Coote's come up with the formula. Offload from Adam Walker, who's having a wow of a game himself. Rough offload to Coote, who goes at the line. As explained, the line's up and in their face, and they just can't turn quick enough to stop Tierney.
Yeah, and well deserved for the Scots too. I think they've enjoyed the better of the field position in this half. Yeah, they've had some exciting attacking raids against the New Zealand side, but just probably lacked that little bit of execution at times, certainly on last plays to pile on more pressure. And as we've seen now, the kick from Brough. Oh, just short in those conditions. Just short. But again, I think it's a deserved score for the Scots. I think they've been well and truly in this game, and I think if from a New Zealand point of view, I think they'd be pretty disappointed. You know,
very disappointed.
You know, in terms of the way they're playing, they've come up with some scrappy errors. They've got no problem going forward. I think their goal on defence generally has been pretty good, but they're allowing Scotland too many metres coming out of their half, and just too many errors and mistakes.
Yeah, I think they made 3 errors in their own half, which is sacrilege. It smells a little bit of complacency that we just can do this the way we want to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, if you don't roll your sleeves up and aim up against this Scottish team, they'll sneak up on you like they have done here. They're the better team at the moment.
And the other thing as well, Brian, is these conditions suit the Scottish side. It's a tight pitch, which helps. It's wet, it's greasy, it's raining, it's cold. You know, all the conditions are suited to help the Scots.
Absolutely. I think they're had a few prayers to the rugby gods before tonight's game. They got the wind, they got the rain, they got the errors. They're keeping their discipline as they didn't against England last week, which is really helpful.
Big improvement.
And all that means it's game very much on. One try apiece. Scotland just that kick behind as Brough drills the left boot again. A couple of nervous bounces in front of the New Zealand fullback, and Scotland's chase again is good.
That's one there.
Great kick chase here from Scots. That's a great set in response to the score and a try. A lot different to the New Zealand response, wasn't it, when they were trying to force an offload, loose carry. On that occasion, Scotland just playing very direct. Good kick from Brough and a great kick chase. And then New Zealand find themselves a little bit under pressure.
Hold. Go, 3.
As Lulawai dances into the line. Oh, it's a
Good
big
contact
collision
there
as well.
Billy McConaughey. Wow. Get that in here, he says.
Yeah, fresh onto the pitch and with energy to burn. McConaughey, last tackle for New Zealand. They'll find Sean Johnson, the danger man. He'll just drill one low across the greasy surface. That's not going to go anywhere. Not playing the conditions as well as Scotland, you would say, at the moment.
Adam Blair's blowing up in the middle, which is a sure sign is they're not where they want to be. They're just rallying the troops in and around the middle, saying, listen, let's do it the way we practice, because I don't think they are at the moment.
Stand now. Hold here. Hold, Manu. Go.
Really good half hour this for Steve McCormack, Scotland. And every player wants to get involved. You've got the wingers pushing the prop forwards out of the way, wanting to run the ball back from dummy half. They all want a piece of this.
Tell you what, as a forward, that's a big help as well. When your tank's a little bit empty, so even Kane Linnett's in there now, so that's 4 carries we've seen from outside backs to take the pressure off the big blocks.
Here goes Frankie Mariano.
Last tackle, Tahoe, bring him back. Marcus,
last tackle.
Go.
The usual appeal for a penalty from Scotland, but Danny Brough in the end says, I'll just drill it into touch if you don't mind.
That's great work from Danny Brough. That's a great set from Scotland, that. An excellent set, you know, they go from the 20-metre line and they kick it into touch a metre off the line. That's a really great set. That's smart game management there from Danny Brough.
He's a smart player, isn't he? If I'm a New Zealander, I'm going to have to try and distract that bloke. I'm going to have to be speaking to some of the players. Can we get this bloke distracted? Because when he's thought's good, boy, is he good.
And he's used to playing in these conditions as well. In fact, this is a summer holiday for Danny Brough and his mates.
What are you saying about the weather in Huddersfield where he plays, George?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, that's one leading now.
It's not New Zealand, is it?
Hold. Wait for it. Adam.
Here we go again. The Kiwis have been under the cosh. You can see the hunger, you can see the energy in the fired-up Bravehearts. But it can change so quickly when these guys get going.
Hold here.
And that's going to help them as well. Piggyback up the pitch. Scotland's discipline has been good up to now.
Yeah, it has been. It's been excellent, you know, because as we saw last week against England, that was probably the one big thing in their game that really let them down. You know, gave England a lot of field position. Tonight they've been excellent with their discipline. I think, is that the first penalty they've conceded?
That's the first one, I think, yeah.
And have a look at the distance on that kick as well, by the way. Look where they're starting from. So, New Zealand pressing once more. 6-4, they lead.
Go, 1.
Fusitua and Tierney swapping tries.
Great feat.
The dancing toes setting up this platform for New Zealand.
2 now and off the ball.
Wanting some sort of healthy advantage. Half-time, it's another penalty.
That was pretty...
Back-to-back pens, quickly tapped as well by Isaac Luke.
Okay, hold it.
And another.
He was offside.
Yeah, he was.
Same bloke that made the tackle.
He was offside. Big set this for Scotland now. They've got to come through this.
Luke on the tap. Bromwich, the skipper, up towards the line. Looking for Johnson. That'll help Scotland. That's a right mess. And the try scorer picks it up, but that was not the play.
No, it wasn't. You're exactly right, George. Don't get me wrong, it was great defence for Scotland. They rushed Johnson, but he's just got to take that and take the tackle. Trying to make it happen, trying to force it. They've got to be more patient, the New Zealand side.
Hold it for 3, wait, go.
The flowing hair of Adam Blair into the line. Now Lulawai almost opened up for Lulawai. Scotland backtrack onto their own line here. as New Zealand look for a second score. Lulawai again getting more and more involved. Johnson towards the line. Great ball movement from New Zealand.
Good read from Danny Brough. He didn't complete the tackle, but he spooked the line and made them play.
Had to be, Brian. Last tackle. Johnson. Well, he's making it up as he goes along here. New Zealand didn't know what play they were calling there, and Scotland come away with it.
It's not a bad place for New Zealand to start a set if they can complete what they want to do here. So
a bit more intent now from the New Zealand defensive line. They can feel now there's an opportunity to put Scotland under pressure.
Sorry, boys, the voice is gone.
A bit of fatigue, I think, in setting for the Scotland side. Adam Walker getting a bit of a breather. A few of the big boppers.
The big what?
The big boppers.
Boppers. Big boys.
And well read there.
Rock and rollers, George.
Well, look at this. Oh, on the last.
Wow.
On the last.
They needed that Scotland there, because I'll tell you what, that's the best defensive set New Zealand have had in this half.
Play 5. Front foot. Carter comes up with this. Squeezes just millisecond too long. It's a tough goal, really.
I thought the same. I thought New Zealand were dominant there. It was a dominant shot from Carter. I think it was a harsh call against them there.
Well, if Dave Kidwell, the Kiwis coach, has made a page of notes for his players at half-time, I think he's just turned over and started writing a few more. He will be fuming.
Do you know what? It's hard to be tough on the Scots. Don't be too tough on the Scots here. They defended their try line again real well there. We need to give them the credit they deserve. The Kiwis are going to have to be patient against this Scottish team.
It's like anything, you've got to earn the right in any game. You've got to earn the right, and I just don't think New Zealand have done that quite. Penalty.
Well, he's called time off here, the referee. Now, is this a card?
Who's he talking to?
It's certainly a talking to the captain, Bromwich.
First half about it. I've had a head in there. I've had a
we're talking about their discipline, because if we're being honest, the discipline's been poor from New Zealand in this game so far. You know, they've made a couple of poor execution of skill at times, and sometimes trying to force their hand when they shouldn't be. They probably haven't played the conditions well enough. And like you rightly say, I think David Kidwell will be pretty disappointed with his side at the moment. But as you rightly said, Brian, you can't discredit the Scots. I mean, they've defended well. They've played smarter, the two teams, and they're frustrating this New Zealand side.
Well, here comes Scotland. You may have heard the referee, Mr. Cummins, saying you can't keep doing it. So maybe there will be further action if they do. Brough to Walker. Look where they are again, Scotland. What a half this has been. Addy, eager to get going once more. He's got numbers left and right. Brough, the danger man, to Ferguson. Look at the power in the legs. Ferguson dragging his side further towards a second score. Brough thinks about drilling another kick through. It's a scramble for it. Who's there? There are knees and hands and elbows.
It's got to be a knock-on by New Zealand.
It's going to be a knock-on.
Ben, can you check this?
Surely the first one's by New Zealand here.
Yeah, we're checking it.
They're great kicks, these.
Smart play.
You're checking it, mate.
Yes, that's a knock-on.
Well, they're checking that. It came off certainly a Scotland knee, but that was secondary to what happened. First of all, that's come forward, has it off a New Zealand body. Big call this, Brian.
Yeah, I'm confident initially here. You think the Scots guy's knocked on, but he doesn't. It comes straight from Thomas Lulawai, I think.
Yeah, it's certainly gone backwards anyway. Bounces there. Comes off, I think, Carter, doesn't it? Carter's chest goes forward, and then Locklecoot actually dives on the ball. So no, I think he's ruled it as a knock-on against Scotland. He must have felt that Mariano...
Scotland the first one, and then knocked on to Kiwi, and then forward. So New Zealand ball in hand.
In the right part of the field if you're defending as well for Scotland.
Hold here. Go. 2. How?
Well, New Zealand, in their 4 test matches this year, have only scored 31 points, so it's
Go. 3.
no surprise.
Good defence again from Scotland. 2 big hits in a row. And McConaughey there putting a good shot on Tapau.
Okay, last tackle.
That's their best defensive set in this part of the field. 3 dominant tackles, forcing Johnson to kick from this side of the half.
And he does just kick into territorial position. Closing moments of the half. I think all of those players out there just want to go and have an isotonic drink now, don't they?
I think it'd be a cup of tea on a night like tonight. I don't know about an isotonic drink.
But again there, that kick in the touch from Sean Johnson, I think actually probably just highlights where New Zealand are at the moment. They're rattled. You know, they've been under a lot of pressure. You know, and I think that kick wasn't a mistime kick. I think that was a deliberate kick in a touch. I need to slow this down. We need to regroup here, you know, rather than a case of being a misfire, one that's gone into touch.
And you think the advantage, Hendo, would be in the fact that keep the ball in play, run the tanks down to the Scottish players. A lot who play in the Championship, not at this level, and not used to the intensity week in, week out, this type of football. And you're right, so it's a surprise to see that they're not competing for the ball, either throwing it up or putting it into a bit of space where they can use their speedsters.
Final throws of a first 40.
Two now, bring it back, Thomas.
In which Scotland have,
Go two.
well, not only competed, they've been terrific at times.
Help!
2 points behind, one try apiece. The ball's come free. What's he given here? Oh no. That's not what Scotland needed with the clock ticking into the final 2 minutes of the half.
Oh, loose carry from Matt Russell, wasn't it? As he comes in there, he's getting driven back there. But is there a hand in there?
I think it's a bit of both. I think there's an argument for a
loose carry,
Harris, but it's a loose carry and it's on its way out anyway. Big set this defensively for the Scots.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed if they concede in before half time.
This way there. Okay, we'll tie there.
Scotland haven't got enough men in the scrum yet. Here we go. Now we're back underway. Luke from the base of the scrum. New Zealand set up looking for an extended lead that you have to say they scarcely deserve at half-time in Workington. But they have the opportunity to do that. Scotland need to be alert here.
So if they go left here, the Kiwis are a chance. Plugged it now, Scotland.
Well, Lulawai has it and goes right. Little dolly up to Blair. Look at the power.
Good work there to wrap up that ball. He was looking for the offload, Blair, there, wasn't he?
Now he will go to the left-hand side, but Scotland read it well.
Good defence, Scotland.
Couple more to go for Scotland to defend. Closing moments of the half. It's taking 5, 6, 7 Scotland jerseys to hold the Kiwi charge. This is it. Last tackle. Johnson dabs one through. Koo will get there first. He'll just run it behind. Ease up the clock and drop out.
One more set to complete here, Scotland. It looks well in control. They handle their big blocks, stop the ball, looked organised, looked like they're talking, everybody moving together. Making Johnson kick the ball, Coote no option really.
Now and again, Scotland defending their goal line very, very well. Like I said, handling the big fellas. New Zealand are clearly trying to power over the top of Scotland near the line. Obviously, knowing the conditions, they're probably not, you know, going to throw it as wide as they'd like to throw it normally. But the chance in that, you can see the New Zealand guys are trying to turn and get that offload away. But the Scotland players are wrapping it up very, very well.
So final set. Well, they'll at least get 4 in here. As Lulawai charges himself at the line. Have New Zealand got anything left before half-time? Johnson to Blair. This will be the last one. Lulawai back inside to Blair. No, they'll get one more in, will they, here? He's going to let them play. No, he's not. He's saying you didn't play it quick enough. So Scotland, high five.
Great half, Scotland. Great half, Scotland. They deserve the high five, George.
Absolutely.
They can get together, have a talk about what they've done. In theory, they've done the tough job against the elements as well. They've got those elements, and with a man like Brough, you're in pole position, trust me. Now it's the Kiwis. They've got the challenge.
The weather's been miserable. New Zealand have found it really, really tough. And Scotland's tails at the moment are up. They're doing themselves proud at the moment, and they're doing England a big, big favour as well. Let's get down to the touchline and Natalie.
Jesse, you've talked about having to start games better. What is your assessment of the first half?
Yeah, it's been a bit slow our first half. I think we can be a lot better than that, but we'll go on there at half-time, we'll have a chat and address things, and hopefully we can come out the second half and do a good job.
Still have the lead, 2 points. I know very narrow, but the positive to take from the first half, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess the positive positive that we're up, but we know we can be better than that. It's a credit to Scotland, they're playing pretty good, but like I said, we need to be better than that in the second half.
Thanks, Jesse. Let's bring in Lachlan. And Lachlan, you've pressurised them, you responded after the try, you must feel like you've had the better first half.
How good's this? Well, the weather's on our side, I think, and I'm proud of the boys' effort. We're pretty disappointed with the opportunities that we've given away, so I think we've had more opportunities than them, and we've hurt them side, so we'll go in at half-time, reassess, and hopefully we can come out with the wins on our side now, so hopefully that'll give us a boost.
You're in a good position at this point against England. How do you approach this second half? Any differently?
Yeah, we've just got to keep completing, getting through our sets, holding the ball, obviously, and hopefully we can put some pressure on them.
Thanks, Lachlan.
Thank you.
We really are your home for hockey. 15 games a week from the NHL.
Welcome to the NHL, kid.
Plus daily episodes of On the Fly. Europe's best teams in the CHL.
Swooping in and scoring.
Live Swedish Hockey League.
Magnificent play.
The world's best players competing for IIHF glory.
It scores. Ovechkin.
Team GB in World Championship action.
Power play goal, GB.
The NCAA Friendship 4 live from Belfast. Plus a weekly roundup from Russia's KHL. See all this great action and more on your home for hockey.
If you want a great deal on broadband, PlusNet can help you out. Unlimited broadband and line rental from just £20 a month for 12 months. Hurry! Unlimited broadband and your line rental from one simple monthly price of just £20. Offer ends 22nd of November. Great service at a great price. Call 0800 028 8888 now. PlusNet will do you proud.
When Sam came down with a burning fever, I gave him some Nurofen for Children, which provides fever relief for up to 8 hours. So we all ended up having a good night's sleep. Sort of. Nurofen for Children tackles fever quickly and lasts up to 8 hours. So they can get a full night's sleep. And so can you.
Surf with fragrance release. Surf with fragrance release. For burst after burst of uplifting fragrance. Always keep away from children.
Mouth ulcer? Bonjela relieves pain in just 3 minutes and reduces inflammation. Bonjela, nothing stronger for mouth ulcers.
Join BT Mobile today and you'll get the combined power of fast 4G and Wi-Fi in more places than any other mobile provider. If you've got BT broadband at home, it starts from just £5 a month and comes with 500 megabytes of data. That's a great value 4G plan. Or get our perfect all-rounder with 2 gigabytes of data for £10 a month. And for £20 a month, you can enjoy a huge 15 gigabytes of data. Anyone can get BT Mobile, and with 3 SIM-only plans, you'll find one that's right for you. Visit bt.com/mobile or call 0800 456 1122.
The decisive break. Clark back to Hodgson. Williams steps, puts the kick in, and it's going to be a 30th try on the night of his 30th English appearance.
Anderson, crash ice, thrown in front for Calvert. Anderson, his first 2-goal game, and the fans have what they want. Their 10th of the night.
So Scotland are right in this. They're level in terms of tries scored, just the toughest of conversion attempts, which faded in swirling conditions in Workington. Fujitua with a debut score. That was against the run of play. We've got to give Scotland there as well a lot of credit, because that was against the run of play. He tightened up the angle as well for Luke to add the extras. And Tierney's try was a thing of absolute beauty.
It was a thing of beauty, and I think there's a tip there for Coach McCormack. If I'm saying one thing to my offensive outfit, and Danny Buff in particular, don't get sick of just rolling the ball through. I'm not sure they're going to break the New Zealand line as many times as they tried to do. You know, we saw Ferguson, who was through a hole. He may well still have got cleaned up by the fullback. Their best success, the fumbling around from the Kiwi defence, they look awful on it at times, is a little dribble through.
Well, the reason as well it's going to be hard, and you've seen even the Kiwis finding it hard to break Scotland down, is because of the conditions. The execution of pass is not as quick, you know, and obviously the tight pitch means it's harder to get through and around as well. So there's those elements to contend with. So yeah, the kicking game can prove vivid. Scotland have been threatening when they've had that second phase play, that offload, which New Zealand haven't enjoyed as much of. They tried to promote the ball, hasn't gone their way. Scotland have had a lot of offloads, second phase, or when the dummy halves have been jumping out, sniping around that ruck area, creating problems. That's when they've looked threatening at Scotland.
And traditionally, we've seen Kiwi teams ruin opposition, even Australia, the great Australia, with their offload game.
Yeah.
But there is a cold coaching adage: what they're good at, they can't handle, and they haven't handled Scotland's offloads.
Look, as Scotland are ready to get back out already. New Zealand have been crouched, trying to get themselves warm.
If I'm Steve McCormack here, George, I'm saying sit down and get your juiced up, get your tanks full. It's still going to be a tough half there. I can understand the enthusiasm, I can understand them wanting to get out there.
Well, the New Zealanders don't have to do anything flashy. What they need is more energy. They need more energy and more intent in what they're doing. So what David Kewell needs to just get to his team is, listen, we need to play direct, because you're not going to be able to run around them on this pitch. We have to play direct. We've got to respect possession. We've got to get our discipline sorted. But the way you get discipline sorted is if we've got a little bit more intent with our line speed, get numbers in, making it messy, winning those collisions, getting some kick pressure. You just haven't seen that energy from New Zealand, and that's probably because, like you said at the start, Brian, there's that smell of complacency in there. Probably just thought that would just happen for them, and it hasn't.
Well, one try apiece from the first 40. Let's remind us of those. This, as we said, Scotland were having the upper hand at the moment. Just one little missed tackle there, and then they had numbers with Fujitua.
Well, that was all about Johnson, and he had a willing runner in Harris. Harris broke the tackle in the end, but it's Johnson that causes the doubt. You can see that there on Linnett. He thinks Johnson's going to take the line on, which frees Harris up to get on the outside, and that's an easy finish for Fujitua.
And we asked the question then, well, we said it's not what happened, it's how you respond, Hendo, and what an answer.
Yeah, that's outstanding response. We see Danny Brough, he just promotes the ball a lot with Coot. Great vision from Coot, and a deft touch from him to roll the ball in behind the Kiwi defensive line, and great response from Lewis Tierney to finish that try off in the corner there. But it all started from Adam Walker's offload. They promote the football. They see the New Zealand wing and centre up in the defensive line, so there's space in behind there. Lachlan Coote sees that, exploits it with his deft kick through the line, and then Lewis Tierney, great reaction and response from him to get that ball and ground it in difficult conditions as well, mind you, in the corner.
Well, you saw where that try was scored, so that's why it was so difficult for Danny Brough, into the wind as well. That would have been a heck of a kick. He's angry with himself because he's so good with that left boot. So that, Brian, the only difference between the two sides, one missed conversion from the touchline into a stall.
And if you're talking about field position and you're talking about opportunities, Scotland are the better team. They want to mix this up. My big worry is that we saw last week against England, their energy tanks went low. England managed to hold on to the ball for a 10-minute period, pounded away at the middle, and some of the bigger Scottish blokes fell in a bit of a hole, which created opportunities for them.
More live action-packed NHL next week. First up, Tuesday night, the Blue Jackets welcome the Caps to Columbus.
Blue Jackets have got 10 goals here tonight.
Followed by the Rangers and the Canucks.
Shoot, score! What a goal!
And late Wednesday night sees a battle of the elite as Crosby goes head-to-head with Ovechkin. Live NHL next week on your home for hockey.
There's an amazing deal on BT Broadband. You can enjoy a 25% welcome discount and get a super reliable Wi-Fi connection. Plus, when you're out and about, you can connect for free to over 5 million hotspots that make up the UK's largest Wi-Fi network. It'll cost $24.99 a month on a 12-month contract, and that includes line rental. Plus, you can get a £75 reward card when you sign up online by the 14th of November. Don't miss the 25% welcome discount. Call 0800 33 4422 or visit bt.com/deals.
This festive season, give the gift of beautiful feet. From the foot experts at Scholl, the Velvet Smooth Express Pedi with diamond crystals removes tough, hard skin effortlessly for soft, beautiful feet in an instant. New Scholl Express Pedi gift packs, the perfect collection for a beautiful festive look. Now on offer at Argos.
The decisive break. Clark back to Hodgson. Williams steps, puts the kick in, and it's going to be a 30th try on the night of his 30th English appearance.
Anderson, cross ice, thrown in front for Calvert. Anderson, his first 2-goal game, and the fans have what they want. Their 10th of the night.
So the players poised for the second half. As you can see, that's a kind of friendly hug, but also a bit of, come on boys, we're better than this, isn't it?
It's just, they're just getting warm, they're wrestling each other.
There's a bit of that as well, yeah.
I don't think he's a friendly hug and say, come on boys, we're better than this, George. I think they'll be a bit disappointed with what they've dished up in this first half, is truth be known.
There's a few of them in there want to come out in those coats. Line up on the pitch in those coats.
I know you find this hard to believe, George, but it does get cold and wet in New Zealand when the Warriors play, so whilst this is slightly different to what they've come from, most of them, the weather in the NRL, it's played into... Danny Brough was calling for it through the week, wasn't he? We need a bit of weather on our side as well. Well, they've got that, they've got the elements, but I have to say, they play well.
1 minute.
Well, Steve McCormack's ready already. He said everything he needs to say, which I would guess isn't really that much, the way his team has played for him in Workington tonight. He's back up there. He'll be very, very proud after 13 years in the job, and he's ready to go for a second 40. Can Scotland keep it going? Can Scotland keep this going?
And that's one thing we've seen with Scotland, haven't we? They've progressed each game. You know, they were shell-shocked against Australia in that first half, but they put a credible second half performance in. They came in against England and competed for large parts of that game, except for maybe a 10 or 15 minute spell where England got on top. And so far this first half against New Zealand, who are one of the top teams in the world, they've more than competed and probably been the better of the two sides, even though they're 2 points behind on the scoreboard.
Do you know what I think's changed, George? I think their own expectancy has changed. They were a bit... Hendo nailed it with a bit, God, it's Australia, oh my gosh, and then you're 20 points down, you think, well, they're human. What on earth are we thinking about? Against England, they had a crack, and credit to England, they played strong in the middle and took a bit of juice out of the tank of Scotland, which gave it probably an inflated scoreline. I think they've come into this week, a few injury doubts and things like that, but I think their expectancy levels themselves have gone up. We can get close to this Kiwi team.
Well, Danny Brough leads his side out, trailing as they do by just 2 points. Absolutely fabulous atmosphere on a rotten night in Cumbria, but Scotland more than playing their part in a gripping Four Nations international rugby league encounter. Here come New Zealand. Well,
that's terrible body language. I'm just looking at Jesse Bromwich coming out there thinking, and all the things you just said at half-time, George, he's thinking, what am I doing here? What do you think that? Did you get that impression, Hendo?
Well, just looking at his face there, and that waving the flapping the arms up there as if like he's trying to pump his boys up. I don't buy it, mate.
Trying to pump himself up there.
I think that's his body language coming out there just didn't look for me that he fancied it. And you saw it in the shed. You called it, George. Do they really want to be here? They fancy it. There's an era that they probably just expect it's going to happen, or they're hoping it's just going to happen. But they're going to have to roll up the sleeves here, New Zealand. They're going to have to dig deep. Yeah, they need to hold some football. They need to fix up the discipline. They need to show more energy, intent in what they're doing. You know, because there's no doubt about it. If they get back on board what they're good at, and they get back to their process and system, but they will come away with the result here. But at the end of the day, I think Scotland's still got a lot to say in this game.
Here we go then. New Zealand get us back underway. Scotland will now have the wind at their back, and the wind has been very much in their sails.
He''s a good runner, Manny Russell. It just skips and skips to the next hole, and when he's out of dummy half, I think Chris Hill decided in the England team he's just a pinball. You see there and everywhere.
Well, I remember that game 3 years ago at this very ground, Hendo.
Good carry there from Aaron Walker.
Which you played in, and Matty Russell was brilliant, wasn't he?
Phenomenal.
30-all draw with Italy.
Yeah, and you know, he played very well against Tonga as well in that game, and Danny Brough there trying to go for 40-20. He's got it! He's got it! He's got it!
Coach McCormack's given him the reins and said, you belt it when you want some. And he nailed it, 40-20, Danny
Brough with the wind behind him. There's going to be a few more of those. That wasn't even a drill, that was just a caress.
Yeah, that was a great kick, and it was play 3 as well. I mean, not being funny, that ball bounced, that kick off from New Zealand, that ball bounced. Manny Russell picks it up a metre from his line, and he still made 15 metres on that carry. Again, just shows that lack of intent from the New Zealand kick chase team. And then Aaron Walker made inroads on a great carry, got a quick play of the ball, allowing Brough to get that 40-20 away. And great kick from Danny Brough. Exciting start to the second half here for Scotland. Can they post some points early?
What an opportunity, and a platform laid brilliantly by Brough. Right in front of the post already, start of the second half, trailing by 2. Addy looks left and right, comes down this near right-hand side.
Good carry.
Yeah, good leg drive there from Mariano.
Release now, Jesse. Addy straight, holding for 2. Wait.
Well, it's a right mess in there. Addy just waiting for it to clean up, and then he'll come to the left and just dish it up. Scotland having a look round, waiting for the openings, right on the post. Addy once again drills it back to Brough. Brough to Lachlan Coote joining the line. Couple to go. Can they find a way through to take the lead against New Zealand? Not a big try. Last tackle. It'll be Addy with Brough on his left shoulder. Oh, Addy goes on his own. He dummies and goes on his own. It was red, and it'll be the turnover.
Still think, I understand them trying to take the juice out of New Zealand, keep pounding. Still think the kick play is the best option.
Billy, play the ball. Go.
Good line speed there from Scotland, and McConaughey again. Billy McConaughey's been impressive since coming off the bench. He's added a bit of spite and a bit of whack. He certainly made an impact this week.
2 now, Danny, wait.
A reminder, all of this is very good news for England in terms of points differential.
3 play there.
Unless New Zealand really going to wriggle on the second half.
Play the ball.
Then England know that if they beat Australia, they're in the final at Anfield. New Zealand have the ability to cut them open at will, though. And this is their first touch of the football second half.
Yeah. Go.
Fujitua down the far side. Whoa, Luluai had the kick.
Sure, he dropped that.
Red.
Was that 60?
He's saying
he's at 6. Johnson didn't know what was going on and just walked into the tackle.
That's not 60. He's not playing at that, has he? He's gone to make the tackle. He's kicked it into him.
Well, it doesn't matter whether he is or not, because that's what the referee's given. And here come New Zealand with Manu Mo. Addy, the third man in the tackle. Isaac Luke waiting and fidgeting as Luluai joins the line once again. Oh, and it's opening up on the far side.
Good
Scotland
defense.
scrambling back. Is he over? Is he over? Watina Zelezniak. No, he's millimetres short. Great defence from Scotland. They'll come all the way back and straighten up.
Last tackle.
Fabulous rear guard defence. Last tackle. Little dab through from Johnson again. Scotland will just knock him behind and set up to defend another set.
Thought he could have let that one go.
Yeah, I agree, but he probably needed the talk from the inside.
Needed some help verbally, didn't he?
Yeah, he probably didn't get the call, so he couldn't take any chances. It's a great kick again from Johnson, smart kick, putting it in behind there. But I tell you what, some great edge defence here from Scotland. Somebody, I don't know who it was, came in on that early play when they shifted from left to right there, New Zealand. They're going to go over for all money, but somehow they just scrambled Scotland and closed that play right on the line.
Okay, time you're on here, Scotland.
Danny Brough, one of 3 Scotland players who haven't even trained all week.
Not early on those
Brough,
kicks.
Matty Russell, who knocked that ball behind, and Kane Lynette. with a variety of injuries between them that's kept the medical staff busy all week. And here they are, giving the Kiwis a right go.
Good shot from Addy then, and Walker.
Okay, Kane up. Bring it back here.
Second successive set on the Scotland line for New Zealand. Lulawai increasingly influential.
Right here, 3.
Well, it's another penalty.
No.
We lauded the discipline of Scotland. They cannot let that unravel second half. Is the tide turning?
Go.
Bromwich down the middle.
Hold! Adam now. Go.
Johnson, flat ball, almost through. Almost through was Tohu Harris.
Go, 2.
The perseverance with the play to Harris.
That's a slippy one. It's gone through the legs of Adam Blair, and it's lost 10 metres or so this set for New Zealand. It's been a few too many of those.
Tell you what, Harris has looked the threat on that right edge, though, hasn't he? Some good laid out lines. He's getting in between defenders, causing some problems.
I think we'll go to him again now.
Hold here. Go, 4.
That was the debutant Tarpine towards the line. Bromwich with the enormous upper body strength. Held. Have Scotland survived again? It's the last. Back they come from Luke to Johnson. Again drills one through. He's going to have to deal with that again. No, he doesn't. This time he does.
Coote's been pushed over the fence.
That's got to be it.
Wow. Yeah, it is. He's penalised him, Brian. Yeah, he's penalised him.
Well, was there much in that? I'm not sure.
Let's talk about how big a play that was from Lachlan Coote. I mean, he was under pressure. Carter was chasing hard, and he just had that presence of mind to just allow it to go over, because that was a huge play. If they get another repeat set there in New Zealand, I reckon they'd probably have a chance of powering over on that set. But the Scotland defence held firm, and smart play from Lachlan Coote.
On games like this, and in tight games like this, matches are won and lost on decisions like that.
Big play.
Well, none of the so-called fourth nations have ever won against the big three since this tournament expanded. I wonder whether we've got a bit of history tonight.
It'd be outstanding if it was.
Isaac now.
Not being biased, sorry to all those viewers and New Zealand viewers watching at home.
You're allowed, Hender.
Yeah, true.
That's former Scotland captain Andrew Henderson, our neutral observer. Danny Addy scuttles over to take over from dummy half, playing the position that Andrew Henderson made his own, 23 times for Scotland, and that Danny Brough. Oh, that looked like a right mess. Has he knocked that on? Or has he got away with it? Well, Ferguson was adamant. The touch judge gave nothing, and I don't think the ref saw it. So maybe it was clean. Didn't look clean, did it? Maybe he got away with that one. Or is that a dead leg?
Cramp.
Cramp after 47 minutes?
I think it's cramp. It's the weather conditions. It's cramped
back here, back here.
Let's have another look at this. Oh dear.
Then he knocked it back, not forward.
I don't think he had a clue where he was knocking it. I think he's a very lucky boy there.
The Scotland defence just harassing that New Zealand side as they try and come forward out of their own half into the stiff breeze, and Bromwich puts his hand up for a strong carry.
Last tackle off the ball.
Last tackle, New Zealand still inside their own 40 as Johnson takes a step and then runs and then takes another step and then drills the kick down the touchline. Brilliant play from Sean Johnson. And look where he's turned it over.
It was manufactured and it was brilliant. It's as much about Scotland's pressure that. But that's what you get against a world-class team. If you spook them and you put them under pressure, their individual prowess comes out and they end up 60 more metres down the field.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed because it was a good defensive set from Scotland there. They're harassing. The Kiwis are finding it hard to get at their own half. And then Sean Johnson, class act as he is, comes up with a bit of magic there, a bit of individual flair. And always gets a reward off the back of it.
Hold it, hold.
You can hear the crowd getting fidgety as Brough opts to kick early once again with that swirling wind behind him. This time it's down the middle. But the chase is good. Led by Tierney, the try.
Great defence, Scotland! I always just knew that the fullback was trying to go down that channel. He tried to say, look, I'm going to run over the top here. I knew it was going to be in trouble when he did that. He had to come in field. It's slippery, wet, tough conditions. And there he goes to try and get over the top of Tierney. They catch him really well there, the Scotland side, and they ambush him with 4 men and take him over the sideline.
4-on-1. Get out. That's the naivety of the young winger as well, the Kiwi.
There was one try scorer on another, Tierney on Fusitua. You think they fancy this? There's your answer.
I think they do.
Okay, you ready?
This is there. This is up for grabs for Scotland tonight. What a story could be brewing.
Just look at the body language of the New Zealand players. The longer this game, or the longer this half goes on, the doubt will creep in and they'll start to panic.
You're on this side here.
Well, let's not forget they are still ahead at the moment.
They are.
You know,
I'm telling you.
Scotland does still need to score.
Ryan Briley, who himself missed last week against England, feeds the scrum, and Scotland get us going again. Edging closer. Addy to himself in the end. Has he lost it though?
One-on-one steal.
One-on-one steal. Great play from New Zealand.
Was a great play. Luke, wasn't it? Isaac Luke.
Yeah, it's a big play from Isaac Luke there. Saves his team.
Release. Go 2.
Good stop, carry that.
Big contact.
Kept that, didn't you? Beale.
Adam, release. Off for 4. Go.
Lulawai back inside.
Hang on.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's getting. Oh, yeah. It's on.
That's a team who's rattled right there.
Joseph Tapini was the ball. I think he sticks one on the mush here. Yeah, right. Well, that's legal because it's hand off.
Put the board down.
There's another.
That's a left hook.
Walk away.
Yeah. Well, he gives as good as he gets, doesn't he, Danny Eddy? There's the first contact.
Yeah, you missed that one, John. Didn't you? The big left hook. What do you commentate on boxing? You missed the big left hook first off.
Yeah, the initial palm was fine, but it was like you said, then he does the swinging left hook, and that's why Eddie reacts.
What do you got for us, Ben?
Well, they'll go and sort this out now, the officials.
Well, it should be a penalty to Scotland.
Should be.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it will.
Depends how the touch judges see it.
Tapini punched on Addy, and Addy retaliated, I think, Ben, yeah?
Yeah, they've seen it the way you have, boys.
It's to Scotland.
It's 10 minutes, is he?
You got really? Yeah, my view would be 6.
Great result, this for Scotland.
Tapini and Addy retaliated.
Well, again, it does show New Zealand rattle. But no need to do this.
What was that, Ben?
I don't know why the youngster's doing this.
No, penalty.
He just doesn't need to do it.
He's not allowed to do it.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to do it. What I'm saying is...
He's not allowed to do it. Everybody doesn't need to do it. Go tell him, coach. No, you don't need to do that or allowed to do that.
Just silly. But again, it just shows that they're rattled. Shows the Kiwis are rattled. Scotland have got the ascendancy at the moment, even though they are 2 points behind the scoreline. It's just that discipline we spoke about in the first half. I mean, they just hit the softest button here in New Zealand, aren't they?
You've got the penalty.
No need to give away possession when you've got the ball.
No, I've spoken to you. Leave it. Control your team as well. Okay.
Well, you heard him. Control your team. He's controlled his team very well, and that's why we have Scotland within 2. How about that cricket too?
Right here. Here. Go.
Scotland sense that New Zealand are there tonight.
Stay together now, James.
I agree with you, George.
Hold.
Kane Lynette drives at the line himself. He was a big doubt with an ankle injury, didn't train all week. And here is Scotland once again. Addy involved in that flashpoint. Class. Ferguson was clobbered. This is a bruiser. Addy finds Brough. Can they find a gap? They straighten up Scotland. They're not going to find anything down that right-hand side now. The defence is scrambling from New Zealand. Addy once more.
Dominant.
Last tackle.
Hold here. Hold, Joseph.
Can Scotland turn the screw? This man perhaps, Brough to Coote. Oh no! He's picked it up! And can he go the distance? Scrambling defence from Lachlan Coote.
Again, it's that last play option we highlighted it at half-time. It was an issue for the Scots in the first half and that final third. Just not getting that quality outcome to end the set. You know, to put the nail in the coffin of the Kiwis. And
that was a haymaker.
Yeah, very Kavanagh.
Luluai.
Cars will not be permitted to leave the car park for 10 minutes while pedestrians are allowed to leave. The main car park will be locked down for 10 minutes.
Got the numbers here, Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson senses that and puts a kick in early. He's got a cross there, he's got to deal with it. Has he got it? Has it come free? Is it a knock-on? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. It's a knock-on.
He got there first in Lachlan Coote, but he's knocked it on.
Well, he diffused the situation. Once again, excellent field positioning from the fullback. Did ever so well to get across there and cover. And unfortunately, the ball just sort of slides from underneath him.
Just a nice touch on Johnson's kick as well, isn't it?
Great kick from Johnson.
That happens at the other end. Scotland have another set. And at this level, that's probably the difference.
That's the difference, yeah. And we spoke about it in the first half, didn't we? It was an area of Scotland's game that needed improving. It just hasn't done, isn't it? Because the second half, even Scotland have had some field position opportunities, just haven't been clinical, they haven't executed well enough. And certainly on those last plays as well, just to put that New Zealand side under further pressure.
Thank you. Right there. Isaac.
A reminder, England and Australia to come in London. At the moment, England will be enjoying this. They know they have to win anyway at the moment. A win will do. They'll be at Anfield. New Zealand going to make Scotland pay for that handling error.
Go to
Luke to Luluai. Steps away, and powers towards the line.
Lachlan Coote again.
Scramble defence from Scotland there because Brearley flew out the line to try and force it back on the inside, and Carter exposed the space.
Almost there was Carter. Johnson, the danger man. Starting to look ominous for Scotland this set. Luke to Luluai. Luluai to Johnson, and this is where the danger opens up on the far side. And New Zealand will score in the corner, and it's a second for the new boy, David Fusitu'a, and New Zealand just ripped Scotland apart down the right.
And that's where the pressure and numbers. Brilliant scramble defence early. Took 4 Scots defenders to get out of the way there, which spreads the line around and opens up the opportunities for Sean Johnson, who finds Wozniak. Finds Wozniak, who just unleashes Fusitu'a into the corner.
Yeah, great rugby league try there from New Zealand. Well executed play, good skill, good lines of run for them as well. It's probably the first time we've seen a good fluent, good ball shape from the Kiwis this evening. You know, some of the skills been a bit down for them, some loose passes. That was some good crisp passing, good width off the dummy half pass to the half. Ball goes to Luluai, skips across, drops off, squares up the line really well. Some good lines of run, hitting inside shoulders, balls out the back, creates the space, creates a 3v2, and a nice pass there from the fullback out to the young wingman who goes into the corner to further extend New Zealand's lead.
Yeah, it's the quality we expect at this level. And they executed. That's what we're saying. They got people in the right numbers. Scotland defence scrambling 3 or 4 at the ruck, so they're short of numbers, but they exploit that space, and those lines of running that you talk about, crucial.
So 1 of 1 from Isaac Luke so far. It was a far more kickable additional 2 than this one. As it stands, Scotland remain within a converted score. Luke to make it a 2-score game. Into the wind, it swirls and fades, and look where it landed. You're wondering how strong that wind is. Look at that.
Absolutely.
So the equation, here we see the kick from Coote at the other end, not quite the quality which gives New Zealand field position, which eventually leads to this play and the try. Luluai, Johnson, was it at the back?
Time to run here, time to run.
The equation doesn't change for Scotland. They're still only 1 score behind. So they need to stay positive and tidy up what they're doing at the other end of the field, probably.
Well, last time they conceded, the response was excellent. What a kick-off. Absolutely drilled. That was a tester for Luluai.
Yeah, now, Marcus straight.
Decent chase as well.
Side there. Hold, Liam, hold. Go.
I've been so impressed by this from Scotland tonight.
Got hurt there, Luluai.
Release. Go two.
Yeah, he didn't fancy that. Saw that ball hurtling towards him at 100 miles an hour. Looked up to say, you what? I've got to deal with that. Just about did the job.
Good shot. Good shot.
Now, was that a knock on?
Great shot.
It is.
Danny Addy. Mahu there. Good shot underneath the ball there. Forces the error. I'll tell you what, it's Halliwell and Addy together.
Addy together.
Yeah.
Right underneath the ball. Get that into his bill, wasn't it? Was the ball carrier?
Yeah, real rib tickler there.
Tommy Luluai's got a problem there. I think he took a whack in the throat.
What do you got, mate?
Yeah, he's not well. And off he goes.
Concussion assessment
Here's the carry. See if we can see what went on.
Just got hit. Just a good front on contact there.
Clash of heads.
Clash of heads with Ben Halliwell.
Okay, Liam, you go, mate.
So that'll be a concussion assessment. He'll go off and may not be allowed back on. We'll see. Scotland get us back underway after forcing that error.
Just might disrupt New Zealand a little bit there, losing Luluai.
Okay, Sean, now.
It's quite a calming influence on the side.
He was becoming increasingly influential, Luluai.
But then again, they were in this position, weren't they, against England when Luluai went off in that game, and Johnson had to step up and control the game, and he did it extremely well. So there's no reason why he can't take control from here.
Scotland look to respond, as they did when they conceded the opening try. Brough orchestrating things.
Four now, Joseph. Hold here. Go four.
Directing his players around the park and then stepping into the big men.
Now last tackle.
Last tackle, and Brough won't be available to kick, so Coote will have to run it. Well, they do run it.
Hold.
Brough on the ground wasn't available for the kick, and Coote decided not to get one away, so it's the turnover.
Yeah. Go, well done,
it's not the worst outcome finishing 10 metres off the New Zealand line, especially
one,
where they were previously. But,
Go one.
Again, you still want to see a little bit more, don't you, on that last play from Scotland.
Approaching the final quarter of a compelling contest.
Hold.
Well, what did we say about Scotland holding on to their discipline?
Well, it's been good for the majority of this evening, to be honest. They've only conceded, I think, two, possibly three penalties, and it has been good on the last pass. But it's just at this crucial time when Scotland are they're kind of hanging into the game at the moment. They're just still in it, and you just can't afford to give those cheap yards away to New Zealand. You need to keep them down that area of the field, force those mistakes as they have done, and try and get that opportunity to get across the line.
And I keep reminding our viewers that it's about the tank as well. They've got to preserve their energy, because this team, the team in black, will come at you at the highest level, and that's what we're seeing. A little bit of indiscipline. Is it forced through a little bit of fatigue?
Two, Adam up. Hold here. Go two. What's the hands?
Luke to Bromwich to Johnson, and look how quickly they move and drop the ball.
Oh, good, lucky there. I'll tell you what, they're causing some problems on that right edge, aren't they? Dale Ferguson's getting interested a lot on Harris, who's running some great lines there. It's creating some opportunities. It's forcing that left edge Scotland defence to make some pretty quick decisions. They're getting a bit of joy down that right side there for New Zealand.
Two now off him.
Well, the net's been hurt there. He's caught one across the chops, I think.
In exchange for Scotland, leaving the field, number 8, Adam Walker, is replaced by number 16, Brett Phillips.
What's this? You don't see on that shot, the side shot's quite clear, is it?
Okay, mate, penalty here.
Is he given a penalty? Yep.
He has indeed.
He chopped him.
You call it there.
Gooden. Watch this, Endo. So Lynette's on the fly, boom, get her. Right at the top of the melon.
Yeah. Right around the chops, that one.
That's another point in your argument that I'd never make a boxing commentator. That's two I've missed.
Yep.
Keep coming in, Jared.
I'll stick to this.
Jesse.
Here comes Scotland. A big cheer for the arrival of Brett Phillips onto the field as well.
Go, Jesse, now. Straight, Isaac. Holding for two. Go. Tyler Harris. Make it for 3. Right here. Wait. Go. Outside.
Brough with a short reverse. Scotland nudging themselves closer. Is there a way back? There's bags of time. Addy takes the loop pass back inside to Ferguson. Standing start, but a lovely sidestep.
Just need to be patient here, Scotland. They don't need to be frantic. Get to end the set, roll in goal, get another repeat set.
It's the last tackle, so Danny Brough steps back. He's going to run it, and he's coughed up.
It's a great tackle. That's a great tackle there.
Great tackle.
Up on the 10 metre. Control that ruck.
Beale it was it?
It was Beale.
Beale on Brett Phillips there. Space had opened up. Phillips got the outside shoulder there of Johnson, didn't he? Got into the space here. Beale just comes up with the big shot there. Saves a try. Good work there from Beale.
It might have been a bit boring asking, made them just find a kick play on the last play there and get another set. Is that me? Just... should we call that well, didn't
I think that's a bit of you, Brian. If I'm honest, that could have been forward, by the way. Wasn't given, so we carry on.
It's a battle royale at the moment, gentlemen.
Here comes Blair. Unmistakable, great offload as well. Eastwood was on the money. That's a nice looking kick as well. It's turning the fullback Coote around.
It's a great kick.
He's all on his own.
He's come up some crackers his second half, hasn't he, Johnson?
He's come up some really clever kicks. Again, just put Scotland a metre off their line.
Stand out. Hold here, money. Go 2.
Tierney, the try scorer.
Hold. Go 3.
It's kicked early again, turning New Zealand around. Is it going to get him a spin, a bit of bounce? Not quite this time.
Good chase, but they've got down there, the Scots. Danny Brough makes the tackle.
Good work.
Makes the effort to tackle.
Good Luke Douglas there as well, the front rower. He's a workaholic, is Luke Douglas. Good line speed there from the Scots. Lynette leading the way.
Go, good Ben.
Took a fair time for the Kiwis to get behind the ball as well, so a bit of a message there. If they can find some energy, Scotland, and come up with that play again, it might prove their reward.
4 Ben now.
2 to go for New Zealand on halfway. There goes Johnson again. Every time the ball's in his hands.
Looking dangerous on that right side, aren't they? They're creating space.
Yeah, they've got the rhythm, haven't they? Johnson and Zelniak.
It's the last. He's going to drill one over to the far side. Out on the full. What were we saying about his kicking game? That's uncharacteristic.
It was the right idea. You know, we saw that's where the space was, so I could see what he was trying to do there, but just his execution wasn't good enough on that occasion. So I let off for the Scots. But they're getting some fluency on that right side now. You know, Harris running some great lines. He's engaging a lot of defenders as Harris is a presence. He's caused them problems early because they'll hit him early leads in the first half. Now they're playing a lot out the back and they're creating that space, and they're looking dangerous, looking threatening on that
Zelniak's timing's come a lot better at Johnson. He's worked out his running style and his outline and found himself a player.
Solomon here. Wait. Go 2.
Hood to Brough.
Short side if they go down there. Short side. They didn't have the numbers though, Scotland, to be fair. There was an opportunity if somebody wrapped around to create that extra number.
Go 0.
Unforced error. And Scotland got the possession.
What about that? Who was that? McConaughey again. He's just come back off the bench and he's made his presence felt. Kavanagh with him to assist. Let's have a look at it again. Boom!
He didn't miss him, did he?
He just looked him up and down and said, "Don't bring it in my house again, young man."
Go 3. Good work, Luke.
Attacking the same side every time.
Another great shot. That time from the local boy, Brett Phillips, the Workington Town player.
Oh, great ball movement this. Johnson, look at the twinkle toes, and then the dab into clear grass. Great pick-up there.
Lachlan Keith. What about that pick-up? He's been outstanding tonight. But what about some of the hits coming in from Scotland there now? New Zealand trying to muscle back as well. A really gripping contest this, guys, with about 15 to go, is there, I think.
3 now, release. Bring it back and hold.
But this all comes down to, Hendo, does it not? What we were saying at half-time. the aura invincibility goes. Scotland haven't really competed with these guys before. Now they're in the Four Nations, they're playing them. Actually, we can compete with these guys. That's a flat kick.
Great play.
Tierney, and it
Like
works for him. He steps out of one, gets the offload away. Enterprising rugby league.
Good handoff.
Good handoff.
That's the best see you later I've seen this week.
Gives you the don't argue. Outstanding. Good short side option.
Played out. Tierney. Can he get away?
Yes, scores.
Inside.
Yes.
It's a brilliant score for Ben Halliwell, and Scotland are right back in this. What you believe it?
What about that?
What about the dummy from Ben Halliwell as well?
Benny Halliwell. Oh, fantastic. It's all those skill games he played at training.
Great play from Brough initially that gets him. The Tierney's released down the sideline. Halliwell again. And great show and go. That numbers 3 and 4 he could have passed to. Coote again releasing Tierney, and great footy, great rugby league. And Benny, go on, fill your boots, Ben. What a great score. All set up from the Brough short chip kick from their own half. Great finish, great try. Come on, Scotland.
Yeah, it was fantastic piece of play. And what I'll tell you there, Lachlan Coote was instrumental, and I'll tell you why. Aitken collected the ball off the offload from Tierney, came back in field, and what Lachlan Coote and Benny Halliwell both did is they wrapped themselves around that short side to create the 3v2 option, and that's why when the New Zealand defence were facing 3 defenders, they tried to close the ball player Coote, they tried to close Ben Halliwell. Coote had the presence of mind to throw the face pass across to Tierney, that's got him into space. Great support back on the inside, and great finish, Scotland.
Danny Brough to bring Scotland level. Absolutely no mistake. Get a load of this score right. New Zealand 10, Scotland 10, with 12 to go.
Great play from Brough here. That's the smartness in him. Saw the space. Tierney's away to it. Quick feet, offload, play the ball again. And then Coote's the key. He gets Tierney away as well with a pass play, not a kick play. And Benny Halliwell throws the head on and throws the dummy in. 4 points.
Fantastic. Great try, Scotland.
Well, it's breathless. It is absolutely breathless. What a performance this has been from Scotland. You can pick holes in this Kiwi performance, but give the credit to Steve McCormack and those 17 out there.
Well, I think we have. They deserve this.
Carry Liam Hood there off the back of Matty Russell's play the ball win.
Here they come again.
Good set here for Scotland. Good metres, just run.
Hodge with a really quick play as well.
Great set.
They're fighting each other to take over at dummy half. Now then, what's he giving it? It's a penalty.
Take the two. They've got to take the two.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, mate, this is unbelievable.
Did he throw the ball at his head again?
He's done the same play as he did in the first half, Liam Wood. And New Zealand, wow, they can't believe it.
Good tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kavanagh has. He had a really good start, that first spell in the first half. I thought he laid a great platform with Adam Walker and Luke Douglas. The three of them really stood up tall that first stint. And he's come back on again as Kavanagh. You know, Connor, to be fair, the Scotland middle, coming into this tournament, the talk was that Scotland looked pretty strong with their back five. You know, some plenty of NRL and Super League experience, 2 good halfbacks. You know, so the outside backs seemed to be the strength of the team. There's a lot of question marks over the middle. A lot of the middle players, some of them anyway, being part-time players, etc. You know, or championship full-time players, those type of things. But I think tonight the Scotland forwards, as we see Danny Brough now go to add the extra 2, and he's kept it, George.
Danny Brough gives Scotland the lead over the world's #1 team, New Zealand, and we only have 10 minutes to go. No fourth nation in the Four Nations has ever beaten one of the big 3. Is this it?
Well, this is as good a chance as ever for it to happen, George.
New Zealand 10, Scotland 12.
Great skip.
It's Matty Russell. Nothing stupid here from Scotland. They've just got to go forward and kick.
Same set as last time they got him the penalty. Footwork, speed, find your front, play the ball quickly, dummy half running. Let Danny Brough leather the ball if he needs to.
Leave it now, Tahu. Right here.
Well, how will Scotland be feeling right now? The adrenaline will be absolutely pumping. Can Denny Brough see his charges through with that wonderful left boot? He just drills one long this time. And says, OK, you can start on your 20, we'll just line up and have a breather. You've got to come at us.
Wait for the tap here, boys.
Not exactly rushing back.
I was going to say that. They're not, yeah.
Well, we called it at half-time. The body language of the New Zealand side in the dressing rooms, I've got to say, was nothing short of dreadful. When they emerged, it was awful. But did we really believe Scotland could be on the verge of a major upset? That's what could happen here tonight. A lot of rugby league left in this, but New Zealand have to find something. And they're driving towards the line. 8.5 minutes to go. Here come the Kiwis. Scotland's defence scrambles back. To the right-hand side, to Johnson. That's a really good weighted kick, and it's been a right miss for Scotland. Has he got it?
Just touched it down.
Touched it down, so he'll drop out.
I thought he clean bowled him through the legs, and Kiwi had touched it.
Well, he nutmegged him. It definitely went through his legs, but I think he recovered and just touches it down. Again, a deft little kick from Johnson into that corner. Yeah, it did nutmeg him. But he just he knocks it over the dead ball line. Oh, wow.
Time you run here. Make sure
Big set this now for Scotland. This is a huge set.
Franco, mate.
How good have those two been in the back shot there? Coote and Brough.
Okay, time you run here.
And instrumental them two tonight.
Time on.
Brough with the wind behind him. Gets a huge kick away, but here comes Adam Blair, and here comes the collision.
Every game he's put a shot on. He comes up with another perler again.
He wasn't backing out of that one. Oh,
that's rugby league at his best. Barnstorming, carrying it. Anything you've got, I've got.
It's been a battle royale this evening from both teams. Colossal.
Isaac Luke. Eastwood. Oh no! Eastwood. The offload. They're going to have numbers on the far side. New Zealand score to break Scotland's hearts, and it's Gerard Beale.
Oh, that's down. Put that down to Eastwood, and a little bit of experience in the team. Adam Blair's back out there. Bromwich knows what he's doing. The offload here and the break from Eastwood takes out Coote, doesn't he? Who's had an awesome game, and then they shift the ball. Johnson with the pass right to the fringes to Beale.
Yeah, nice play, but again it came, and what was orchestrated from the kicking game of Sean Johnson. That great kick into the corner that forced Scotland to knock the ball over, and Ernie's side to repeat. Again, it's that element of patience and composure, and then obviously Eastwood, great carry, strong, bumps Coote, offloads to Johnson, and a nice pass out there to Beale to finish in the corner. 14 points to 12 now. 6.5 minutes to go. When there is still time on the clock, Scotland are going to need something magical now if they're going to get the win out of this game.
Well, Scotland will have about 5 minutes to press. At the moment, it's just one kick.
Yep.
If this goes over, they're going to need to score a try. It's a tough one. In these conditions, it is really, really tough. He's drilled it low, into the wind, it fades again. New Zealand 14, Scotland 12, into the last 6 minutes.
Nervous coaches there for New Zealand. As we look here again at the try scored, Eastwood, great strength, bumps off Coote, gets through, fantastic offload to Johnson, and then he just shifts the point of attack with a great crisp, sharp pass out wide to Beale, who goes in untouched in the corner there. Heartbreak for Scotland.
I have to say Johnson's been good for Kiwis tonight.
He's been good all tournament, I think, with Sean Johnson. I think he's really showed his class and maturity as a player in this tournament. Good contact there from Scotland on the kick-off. It was a big call, that kick-off there, wasn't it? Do you go short, try and get the ball back, or do you drill it, try and force an error? And obviously the Scottish side opting to go long and try and force this error.
3 now, clear the ball. Hold it for 3, boys, hold. Go.
It's Eastwood who's powerful drive and offload set up that score.
I think it's Blair and Eastwood that steadied this Kiwi ship. I think they've come on and shown their experience, and here we see Luke.
Oh, there's another offload, and New Zealand are through again. Reverse pass, great scrambling defence.
That's a brilliant try. That's a brilliant try.
Will score the game clincher. What a break from New Zealand, and they've got themselves out of jail. New Zealand will win this one, but what a performance from Scotland.
Fantastic rugby league football here from the Kiwis, and this is probably what they needed to be doing a bit more in the first half. Playing direct, going forward through 2 or 3 plays, then it gives them the opportunity for Isaac Luke to get out, find Sean Johnson in support, great push from the fullback on the inside, then offloads it back out, and they shift the point of attack to the right. Fantastic support play here from New Zealand.
It's a great rugby league try. Johnson's away to what an inside ball as well, and Zelniak gets the ball and finds Beale on the outside, and probably not the score that Scotland deserved against him, but that probably what the Kiwis should have been doing for a bit more of the game, and it's been on the back of Blair and Eastwood for me, steadying the ship around the middle.
Yeah, and not what they did before the build-up to that try was the build-up to the try. They played direct, they ran hard, they found their front, and then Isaac Luke on play 4 saw the opportunity to get out of dummy half, gets in between 2 defenders, good support from Johnson, great no-look inside pass there to Martin, who then gets the offload away to Zelniak, and he finds Beale out right. It was a fantastic rugby league try there. That's New Zealand at their best. Classy try.
So he will have another go, kicking into this swirling wind. Scotland could yet come back if this is missed. Well, this one goes the other way.
Well, they've got to kick short now for me.
Got to kick short, they've got to try and get the ball back. Yeah, have to.
What a great rugby league try. Luke's the instigator, Johnson his partner in crime. Great inside ball to Zelniak, who fires the floater out to Beale, who has the easiest the job in that finish.
It almost seems an injustice, doesn't it, to Scotland, the way the game's gone.
Well, not the easiest ones to judge in this win. The short kick-offs, has it been knocked on by New Zealand?
Yes, New Zealand.
Yes, it's
Scotland. They need to pack the score.
Over here, George.
I think a draw would certainly be a fitting result, at least for Scotland. They deserve something out of this game, that's for sure.
Danny, get him back. Yeah, it doesn't matter, you can't leave the scrum.
There's 3 minutes on the clock.
No, you're
well, there's Tommy Lulaway went off for his concussion assessment.
Okay, Ben.
I don't think you'd have to be a doctor to work out that he's got a problem with his jaw there, Brian Noble.
Or toothache, one of the two.
I think he might be back on if it was toothache.
Play the ball, go to 1.
Have Scotland got something left?
Well, I've seen him do this before, Danny Brook. Work to the middle and do one of those reverse kicks for Lachlan Coote.
Go 2.
Great carry.
Great line from Brett Phillips.
Now going.
Liam Hood, Scotland can see the whites of the posts. Is there a match winner, a match leveller?
Hold here, go.
Or have New Zealand edged home? Last tackle. They will turn around and look for Danny Brough. Here he is, it's now or never. Addy, they're going to run it, Scotland! They're going to run it, Scotland!
It's over! It's over! You're like, it's over!
It's over! What a moment! Aiken with the try. They took everyone by surprise. And now Danny Brough with a kick for a draw.
Well, for the first time, the running play on play 5 comes off for Scotland. And the reason why it came off is because they overloaded the short side with numbers here. Okay? And you can see it here. The ball goes to Danny Brough. Halliwell runs a nice in-line. Ball goes out the back to Eddie. Creates a 3v2. Aiken, I thought, should have promoted the football to his wingman Tierney, but he decides to show and go here. Takes on Nightingale, palms him off, and has enough power to get across the line here. I thought he may have stuffed the play up. Thought he should have tipped on there to Tierney to put him away in the corner. But he backed himself, did Aiken, and he gets over the line.
That's the best stuff up he's ever done. Because it gives Danny Brough an easier kick. He clearly got to kick the kick as well to get the spoils that they thoroughly deserve, Scotland. Don't look, Hendo, look at the back of the truck. Don't look at the end of the wall.
Former Scotland captain Andrew Henderson has turned round and he's facing the wall. Steve McCormack, Scotland's head coach, is down on the touchline. We've seen the strength of this wind and rain at the other end. How about this? Here he goes. Nailed it.
Yes, Bruffy!
This is absolutely sensational from Scotland. And boy, do they deserve it.
Oh, they absolutely deserve it, George. They deserve something from this game. 30 seconds on the clock, 33 seconds on the clock. What did New Zealand do? They go to short one to get the ball back. Did they kick long?
They rely on Australia beating England on the weekend. But they're out. They could do with the point.
Ladies and gentlemen, your official Ladbrokes Man of the Match.
Yeah, they're kicking long, aren't they? They're kicking long.
Sean Johnson!
I think he got the call there, Isaac Luke, did he? Because he was looking for the short one, the way he plays the ball. Then he changed his ball position to kick long. He also got the call from the sideline. The point will do it, and we'll back Australia to beat England.
Yeah, this all means, well, it just means England have got to beat Australia.
Which they always had to do anyway, to be fair.
But what a performance from Scotland.
This is Scotland's night.
Let's not make this about England, New Zealand or Australia.
Great night for Scottish Rugby League.
Here's the countdown. New Zealand, the world's top team, the Four Nations champions, draw with Scotland. What a performance. 3 of these Scotland players didn't train all week. They've been patched up, they've been sent out by coach Steve McCormack, and they've produced an absolutely brilliant performance on an awful night in Workington. The first team ever outside of the Big Three to strike in this expanded Four Nations. A moment of history for Scotland. And take a bow, Scotland. This is your night.
Yeah, absolutely, George Riley. And let's not forget with this Scottish team, it's a mix of part-time championship players, full-time championship players, full-time Super League, full-time NRL players against a world-class New Zealand side full of NRL superstars. I mean, that is a phenomenal effort and performance for Scotland. And they weren't just lucky tonight either.
Oh,
they absolutely deserved it.
Absolutely deserved the point that they've got, and you wouldn't have been embarrassed to say they could call them the win. Steve McCormack deserves a lot of it. They've got better as the tournament's gone on.
Yeah,
we assessed it at the start. A little bit of the rabbit in the headlights, game 1. Aimed up against England, and have they aimed up tonight against the #1 team in the world? They deserve all the spoils and all the plaudits that they're going to get in the newspapers.
And fantastic support too from the Workington town club and the Greater Cumbria area and the Scottish people that have travelled down this evening for the Scottish side. But again, well done, Scotland. I think they were great. You know, there was areas of the game that could have been better, a little bit more clinical in overall, but good.
Well, let's get down to the touchline and get some reaction from Natalie.
Well, and with the Ladbrokes Man of the Match for the Four Nations, Sean Johnson, you get the medal here and a bottle of champagne. Well, Sean, is that any consolation at all when you look at the final result?
Yeah, look, we're disappointed. But Scotland played really well tonight, didn't they? And, you know, we came here wanting to get the job done. We knew it was going to be tough, difficult conditions that both teams had to play in. But, look, a lot of credit to Scotland.
Is that the toughest test you've had over this Four Nations tournament?
Oh, yes and no. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful to the other sides. Every game you play in these tournaments is very tough. So, you know, you just got to, you know, take your hat off to Scotland. You know, like we can complain all we want about how we played, but look, they showed up with the right attitude and they competed really hard.
How do you assess your performances then over the 3 games overall?
Yeah, look, I've been, you know, happy with, I guess, certain parts of my game. But I thought kicking tonight was always going to be really important. I got a couple of wrong, but in general, I thought we're able to get them coming out of corners, which is a big win for me. So, but we've got to take that on to next week if we get the chance to play again, and hopefully, you know, roll off that.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Well, let's go straight back down to Natalie, who's with the Scotland head coach.
Steve, before this game, you said you were proud of the performance against England. Did you save your best performance till last?
Yeah, they were fantastic, weren't they? And New Zealand's a champion team as well, you know, the world #1 team, and we just dug in there, and you know, unbelievable, to be honest. I'm disappointed we've not won, you know, and that I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but these lads have been brilliant. If you've seen what's happened during the week, we've had a 40-minute training session, that's all. You know, we've got players busted. You know, I've got every admiration for all those lads.
What was key to that performance tonight then?
Well, a lot's been made about Scotland's pride and effort and everything, but we've got some skillful players there as well. You know, and when we went down and when New Zealand scored again, we never ever say die, and that's testament to everybody, not only the players what's played, you know, the squad, all the backroom staff, everybody what's worked for Scotland over the last few years. That's just reward for all the hard work they put in.
How much of a benefit is it to Scotland Rugby League now going forward and being part of this tournament?
It's brilliant, you know, and hopefully we can have a little bit of a legacy from this tournament. You know, the country's got a team to be proud of, you know, and fingers crossed we can get our domestic side of the game sorted. You know, Keith Hogg, our chairman, is working hard along with a lot of other people in Scotland, and results like this, and you know, hopefully we'll get the credit we deserve, and you know, we can kickstart a few teams and you know, a few kids playing the game up there.
The future is bright and a lot to think about going forward for you.
Yeah, of course there is. It's I'm immensely proud and privileged to have this job, and it's nights like this what, you know, make all the hard work worthwhile, and you know, the players deserve immense amount of credit for this result.
Well done tonight, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve McCormack, your former coach Andrew Henderson, you know very well how proud you're going to be feeling tonight.
Really proud. I'll be extremely proud this evening, George. You know, I know there's been a lot of work been put in. This national side's been building and making progress from the 2008 World Cup to the 2013 World Cup. They've been better at each of these big national tournaments. They then qualified and earned the right to be here and to be the first fourth nation to pick up a single point in this competition. Again, it's another milestone.
Well, let's have a look at some of the good stuff they did second half.
Yeah, let's do so.
As he takes the handshakes and applause.
Well, New Zealand got themselves going after a while. Luluai and Johnson linking with Zelniak there that released the winger to finish in the corner. And that's the first fluency we'd seen all night from New Zealand.
Yeah, and they had a few more attacking prowesses. But then Scotland hit back and counter-punched them with his play. Fantastic play.
How good was that?
Oh, it was brilliant. It came off a Danny Brough chip kick to the corner, and Tierney offloaded back on the inside to Aiken. And off the next play, Coote and Halliwell get around the short side to create the 3v2. Coote founds a pass play to Tierney. He gets the ball back inside to Halliwell. A great show and go from Big Ben Halliwell. He gets himself over to get his side in front.
And they're just so patient at the middle, Scotland. Kavanagh had a wow of a game himself, was finding his front and playing the ball quickly, gets the penalty, which levels the game up for Scotland.
Yeah, that was a big moment for Scotland. That was actually 12-10.
Yeah, put them in front.
Scotland.
Put them in front. Yeah. And then it's offload from Eastwood again. They've got some field position off the back of a good Sean Johnson kick. Eastwood playing direct offload. And then off the back of the next set off the kickoff. Fantastic rugby league football. As you see, New Zealand at their best. Offloading, support play, and great finishing. It was a classy rugby league try. Again, Johnson, Isaac Luke, Martin, Zelniak, and Beale involved in that play. Fantastic football. But then Scotland had the final say, didn't they?
Was it? The spread play there, and Ewan Aitken barges his way over with his big right-hand fang because he should have passed the ball, but Addy had the back. Coote's been really good tonight, you know, attacking-wise and without the ball. And you can see how much it means to Aitken and the Scotland team.
He still had to kick this.
And this is the one. This is 3 minutes to go. It's all over. Look, Danny loves it. Go on, Danny. Come on, boys. Let's all have a beer.
What a night for Scotland. We can go back down to the touchline, though, and get more reaction from Natalie, who is with, well, I was going to say the beaten coach. That's probably how it feels. Natalie.
David, you said before the game it was just important to win the game. Having watched it, are you just happy not to have lost it?
Oh, look, you know, Scotland played really well. You know, tough conditions out there. I'm really proud of my boys, the way we stuck in there. You know, my concern is with one of my players with a broken jaw at the moment, so I've just got to really deal with that. That's my main concern at the moment, my focus.
How nervous were you at the end?
Oh, I suppose it's welcome to coaching, isn't it? So I thought we did really well to get back into, you know, the conditions here are suited to Scotland's style of play, and you know, got some disappointed players in there, but you know, we just move on and we got to make sure we recover well.
In terms of the team then going forward with a player with perhaps a broken jaw, how do you kind of Are you watching anxiously the game tomorrow?
Oh, I'm sure we'll be watching the game, but again, that's out of our control. And you know, we needed to perform. I thought we did really well, and concerning the conditions and everything like that.
Thanks for talking to us, David.
So pretty deflated New Zealand head coach. Here's what it all means. England need, well, a draw would do it. I was going to say you don't get many draws. We've just seen one. We've just seen a brilliant one. So let's ignore that comment. England know that a draw or a victory over Australia, a victory by any margin. We can throw the calculators out of the window now. That would see England into the final with Australia. If Australia beat England, then it's Australia against New Zealand.
How fabulous is that for Scotland? They've got a point.
Yeah.
No other four-nation team has done that, and
First time ever.
It's a massive step for both the competition.
It's a milestone.
Absolute milestone.
Yeah.
So it's all there. England know what they have to do, as do Australia. New Zealand can't do anything more apart from watch. What Scotland can do is put their feet up, have a beer, and be very, very proud. More reaction to come. Decisive break. Clark back to Hodgson. Williams steps, puts the kick in, and it's going to be a 30th try on the night of his 30th English appearance.
Anderson, crash ice, thrown in front for Calvert. Anderson, his first 2-goal game, and the fans have what they want. Their 10th of the night.
If you want a great deal on broadband, PlusNet can help you out. Unlimited broadband and line rental from just £20 a month for 12 months. Hurry! Unlimited broadband and your line rental from one simple monthly price of just £20. Offer ends 22nd of November. Great service at a great price. Call 0800 028 8888 now. PlusNet will do you proud.
4020 Magazine is your next generation rugby league monthly. From Batley to Belgrade, Barrow to Brisbane, Swinton to Sydney, 4020 is packed with high-quality articles by the best-known names in the game. 4020 is on sale the 13th day of every month. Or subscribe by calling 0113 225 97 97 or at scratchingshedpublishing.com. 4020, the alternative voice of rugby league. iPhone and iPad app edition also available. More live action-packed NHL next week. First up, Tuesday night, the Blue Jackets welcome the Caps to Columbus.
Blue Jackets have got 10 goals here tonight.
Followed by the Rangers and the Canucks.
Shoot, score! What a goal!
And late Wednesday night sees a battle of the elite as Crosby goes head-to-head with Ovechkin. Live NHL next week on your home for hockey.
Welcome back to Derwent Park. A draw between New Zealand and Scotland in this Four Nations test, and with Danny Brough, the Scotland captain. Danny, no fourth nation has won a game in the Four Nations, but boy, you came close to it.
Yeah, we did, and I think we've done ourselves proud after a shaky start against Australia and dying of death last week